Yo, first up, here's the host, Efren, explaining knowledge that's applying, never guessing. Next in line is Zach, the stats king. He'll call you out, cross you over, it's a sure thing. I a cheddar, no one better, crazy knowledge. On point, talking pros down to college. Jackie Jack on the grind, he'll never tire. Youngest buck on the show, he brings the fire. Never slip, keep your grip, Tico's in the booth. Ease the drip, Tico's lit, always spits the truth. Finally, it's me, it's KG. Piling stats, spitting facts, daily. The Sports Shed, the Sports Shed. The Sports Shed, the Sports Shed. Podcast, the Sports Shed, the Sports Shed.
I am your host, Efren, as our intro that we have not used in a while, and I'm glad that we are your host. Um, to my immediate left is Cheddar. Right above him in the screen is my oldest, Zach. And to his immediate right on the screen is Keith, who is our sound man. How's it going, fellas?
It's going good, going good.
Yeah.
Chilling like Bob Dylan,
Because he's a villain.
ready to make a killing.
Because he be dropping
so,
pillin'.
I, as of now, obviously, we know Jack is incognito, and Tigo should be joining us shortly at some point. And Jason, again, preoccupied with his own life, but at some point, though, he will be coming back to the show. So, Jason, we miss you and come back soon, my friend. Over the weekend, there was a crazy college carousel changes throughout the college football area. And I'm just going to list a few of them real quick. Coach from Tulane, John Sumrall, is heading to Florida. Coach from South Florida, Alex Golshish, is heading to Auburn. Penn State, obviously, we already know about James Franklin heading to Virginia Tech. Memphis coach Ryan Silverfield is heading to Arkansas. And Will Stein, the offensive coordinator at Oregon, is heading to Kentucky. Unfortunately, Mark Stoops was terminated after 13 seasons as the head coach. They'll be seeing a new one. Pat Fitzgerald, who was actually the head coach for Northwestern for 16 years, is heading to Michigan State. But of course, knowing that there are going to be 5 new head coaches on the in the SEC, it's not gonna matter or the other coaches. Let's just cut to the chase right now. And the biggest news really is Lane Kiffin heading to LSU. And I know Cheddar being an LSU fan, having his thumbs down, but the biggest catch, 7 years, 13 million a year. And I guess most people are a bit more upset in the manner that he left, leaving Ole Miss 6th overall in the country, being 11-1, and deciding to go to LSU. And in his press conference, he's actually saying, the schedule, and people are saying the schedule, and I get that. But you have a coach here that has been at Ole Miss for 6 years, 2 years prior to that at Florida Atlantic, and everywhere he's gone, he's always, just vanished. And I don't know about what you think, Cheddar, but he's heading to LSU. Question becomes is, when is he leaving for his next job?
So I'm fine with the move, but sucks for Ole Miss. But this is a common theme with Lane Kiffin. He never fully commits to a job that he takes. So it's like, yeah, I'm glad you got I'm glad we got him for 7 years, but he's not going to stay for 7 years. The next head coaching job, maybe the Dallas Cowboys, or something comes to him and they offer him a bigger contract, he'll go to them too. So it's like, show commitment and loyalty when a school shows commitment and loyalty to you, and the team, you know what I mean? Like, just show that, because he's proven it throughout his whole career that he can't. So. And also, if I could say this real quick,
yeah,
Miami should be in the playoffs because of that.
Oh, don't worry.
Okay. All right.
We'll get into that in a moment.
Right.
But
all right.
I don't know. But either one of you, what do you guys think about the way Len Kiffin left Ole Miss to head to LSU? Granted, with the signing day and transfer portal all happening during the middle of the playoffs.
So, Chad, are you basically saying that he is Jerry Maguire? Show me the money.
Yeah, I'm basically saying he's him and can I just want to add real quick to what I was gonna say. I
Go
forgot.
ahead.
It also puts the players in a tough position too that want to transfer and stay with him. It puts them in a tough spot too because now are they going to play in the playoffs or are they going to enter the transfer portal? Because if they don't enter the transfer portal, they're already behind the bar now because Lane Kiffin already has to recruit for his LSU team.
Well, the transfer portal doesn't start. I want to say it starts next week, but it starts somewhere
Dude,
in the middle of the playoffs. So I
yeah,
don't
that's
think
the issue though.
portal
Do
started
those
yet.
players play, risk getting hurt, or do they not play? And like this is what I'm saying. We'll get to it when we get to that
Yeah.
talk though.
No, but go ahead, Keith.
No, basically, like he's like anybody else. It seems like just going where the money is
Well, here's the thing. It's
and
not
the
look,
opportunity.
listen, other coaches are doing it. Okay, so it's not really what he did. It's just that he has a history of basically leaving. People got to understand that everyone is saying that Lane Kiffin, that LSU is his dream job. Let me correct everybody. LSU was not his dream job. His dream job was USC when he was offensive coordinator for Pete Carroll before Pete Carroll took the Seahawks job. That's how Lane Kiffin became known. Then somehow he got hired by the Raiders, and then something happened. He got fired. And then he ended up going to Tennessee. Stayed there for a year. In the middle of the night, him and his family packed his bag, took the USC job. Then something happened. He's in the tarmac in the airport. USC fires him at the airport. So this guy became so toxic. No one, and I mean no one would hire him, not even as an offensive coordinator. Some time passed. Nick Saban hires him as an offensive coordinator. What happens? Literally, it right before the championship game, because they had just won the semifinals in the playoffs, right before the championship, throughout the whole time, he hasn't been going through the X's and O's. He hasn't been going to doing anything regarding to the offense. He's focusing on the on transfers, signings with Florida Atlantic that just hired him. So what did Nick Saban do? Fires him a week before the title game. Then he goes to FAU, stays there for 2 years. Ole Miss opens up, Auburn opens up, even Alabama opens up. He's literally begging these schools to come in. And you know what Ole Miss does? You know what? Nobody wants to hire you, but we'll give you a chance. And he's there for 6 years, has a school record, 11 wins this year, first time in the playoffs, and you decide to bail out, and you got the nerve to ask LSU, I would like to coach, I'm sorry, not LSU, Ole Miss, I would like to coach Ole Miss in the postseason. Nah, hell no. Hell no. Nah, pack your stuff, you and your family, and bounce.
As Martin
I'm
Lawrence used to
glad
say,
Ole Miss stood their grounds.
as Martin Lawrence used to say, get to stepping.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's almost like he threw that out there to get into the media to try to make Ole Miss look like
They're the bad guy.
the bad guy when it's like it's the only team that gave you a chance to be a head coach again, and you basically just spit in their face for another team when you're in the playoffs, like 11 wins.
Yeah, and it's not like he's not allowed to leave for another job. And I understand the transfer portal and the signings in the middle of the playoffs. I'm cool with it. But you know what? Just tell LSU, you know what? I'll come and be your head coach, but you're gonna have to wait till the season is over. And if you can't wait for me, then I'll stay at Ole Miss. That's I think should be a proper opinion. But that's on him. But this is what he does every single time. Zach, any thoughts on on how this all went down?
No, I mean you guys pretty much covered everything. My only thing is I just wish he would have waited till after the season.
Yeah.
Like I don't have a problem if he wants to leave, but don't do it when if there's a championship on the line. That's my only thing.
And that's what most people have said. It's like exactly what Zachary said. It's how you've done it, and you have a history of doing it. And then when people give you a chance, you burn them. No, let me rephrase that. You didn't burn them. You just did it again the way you've done it in the past with USC.
I don't think he went to this extent. I don't think he left.
No, this was bad.
I could be. No, I'm saying I could be wrong, but I don't think he left like this bad. I mean, he's been fired. He's won other jobs, but I don't think it's to the point where you have a championship contender and then you leave during the season. I don't think he's done it like this before. But this just
You're
isn't
right.
a
You're
look.
right. No, and you're
And-
right, and you're right. This is and again, you hit it right on the head, Zach. It's like this one is pretty bad with the playoffs, possible championship title on the line. Moving forward, and you know what, man? Let's stay there for 20, 25 years, man, and have them put a statue of you. But you know what? You saw LSU. You saw what Nick Saban did in Alabama. In my personal opinion, he wants to do at LSU what Nick Saban did. In my opinion, that's what I think. He wants that legacy. But sometimes when you do things that is not really good, sometimes things just happen to work out your way, and karma then ends up striking.
I
But
think
yeah,
Macho Man has an opinion.
who does?
Look at this prima donna.
That's what he thinks, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Bro, you're
I
not
mean,
right.
While he's sweating profusely.
I guess the only bright side is he didn't pull a Lincoln Riley when he actually signed a deal with Oklahoma, and then literally the following season he goes to USC. Like, that's crazy.
Mhm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that one still leaves me, still rubs me the wrong way to this day. But I digress. I'll leave that alone. Just real quick, I think before I move on, you guys remember Marshall Faulk, right? Great running back, the Rams. I just want to congratulate him for being the new head coach at Southern University. So congratulations, Marshall Faulk, and I hope you do great at that program. Not that we've done enough of that Lane Kiffin. And Lane Kiffin, I do hope you turn the program around, which we all know you will. And I'll be honest with you, though, you still got to come through Oklahoma. I got to go there. Sorry, I have to say that at that point. And the rest of the SEC. All right. So this past weekend, all the teams took care of business, guys. Okay. Texas beat A&M. Ole Miss took care of Miss State. OU took care of LSU. Alabama took care of Auburn, and Miami pretty much beat up on Pitt. And now that everything is all set, the conference titles are actually now all set. But here's the thing: at the end of the day, now hear me out. I got these are the 10 locks for me. Okay, the 10 locks, win or lose, 10 locks. Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M, Georgia, Ole Miss, Texas Tech, Oregon, and Oklahoma. Now that's 8. Then the winner of North Texas and Tulane, I believe that's the AAC conference title. That's the 12th seed. That's the 5th conference. All right. So that's 9. Now,
Efren.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you put on Bleacher Report on your phone, they're doing the playoff breakdown right now.
All right, I'll tell you what. You want to follow up on that, and then
Yeah, we can. They're doing it right now.
Okay, all right. Just don't put it up because we don't want to get in trouble. So
yeah, I know.
But we can mention it and all. So that's 9, and then the 10th, I do believe is still going to be coming from the ACC. Actually, let me take that back. It's ACC could be without a team if Duke wins. If Duke wins, Virginia's not getting in. Duke will only have 5 losses. They'd be 8-5. They're not going to be ranked high enough. And then that team that spot will probably be given to the Mountain West champion, Boise State and UNLV. Then which leaves more than likely Alabama, Notre Dame, and Miami. I don't think Boise State and UNLV, I don't think Mountain West gets in. All I'm telling you is who takes the last 2?
So my question is, are you sure Texas Tech gets in if they lose? Because Texas Tech and BYU have the same conference and overall record.
The reason, only because I've been watching this, the reason I don't think Texas Tech will be eliminated is because they're 10-1 into the championship, and they're ranked 5th. If they lose, it's going to be hard for the committee to keep them out with 2 losses after losing the Big 12 championship.
They just don't got many quality wins.
I agree. And listen, when I tell you this, I believe Texas Tech is ranked too high. I think Texas Tech should not be ranked higher than Miami. That's just my opinion.
Do you want me to give you the update?
Yeah, go ahead. What they say.
All right, so one is still Ohio State, 2 is Indiana, 3 is not up there yet. Okay. 4 is Texas Tech. So they moved Texas Tech up 1. 5 is now Oregon.
Wait, they didn't say number 3?
They did not say 3 yet. Oh, sorry. 3 is Georgia. 3 is Georgia. Sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
4 was Texas Tech.
Okay.
5 is Oregon.
Wow.
6 is Ole Miss, which I think is ridiculous. They should be dropped out. 7 is Texas A&M. 8 is Oklahoma.
Yeah, I kind of
9 is Alabama.
Okay.
10 is Notre Dame. And then 11 and 12 are conference champions of conference champ number 4 and conference champ number 5.
So the ACC and then the AAC, the American Conference. Okay. So that and who's the first team out at number
Shoot,
at number
hold up.
13?
Hold on,
13 and
let me open
14.
it again. 1 second.
Probably BYU.
I think it was. Hold up.
BYU and Miami probably.
Yeah.
First team out is BYU at 11, Miami at 12, and Texas at 13.
Okay. So Miami has moved. Okay, so Miami has moved up so far. Okay. So again, they're creeping up and they're inching towards Notre Dame. So the question then becomes is, does Notre Dame get in or Miami gets in?
Well, he said Notre Dame is in.
Right. That's the projection. Is what I'm saying. I know. And we still got the conference champions. So that's not the official version. That's what they think it's going to end up being right now. But do you still believe that Notre Dame should be ranked 10th while Miami is 12th?
Do I think they should? No, but will they? Yeah.
I agree. It should be Miami over Notre Dame.
I mean, I think a lot of teams should be over Notre Dame.
Look,
We're getting
Keith,
screwed.
Keith, you speak on this because I know how I can only imagine because you're a Miami U fan. So go ahead.
We're getting screwed. I don't see them putting us in over Notre Dame.
He is okay.
Just
Besides
don't see
Miami,
it.
yeah. Besides Miami beating Notre Dame, right, head to head, they've had 4 common opponents. 3 out of the 4 common opponents, Miami trashed much worse than what Notre Dame did.
Mhm.
Okay. And then the last 4 opponents, Miami has average of winning against their opponent almost about 20 points a game in their last 4 games. And they also said that their schedule, excluding the losses, that their schedule was pretty much similar. So again, this is one of those situations where they're gonna probably use put Notre Dame in because they know it's gonna bring in the audience. And at that point, what else is there that you can literally say that Notre Dame should be over Miami? I just don't see it. Pretty much everything happened here, but I just don't see it. That's just me.
I know everything aligned up perfectly for Duke, but I still can't even believe they're in the championship game.
ACC has this quirky scenario. I was talking to Keith earlier before the show, and they have this quirky scenario how they did it. I don't really want to go into it because it'll give me an aneurysm, and it might give Keith a stroke. But everything had to line in for them to leapfrog Miami, whether it's points or percentage, comment up, whatever the hell they just did. Everybody is surprised that Duke just literally climbed because Miami was ended up being behind Duke in the standings.
Duke has pathetic wins too.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, let the audience know, people. Please just
So,
mention it for me, please.
Duke at a 6-2 record. They beat NC State. They beat Syracuse. They beat California. They lost to Georgia Tech, which they're ranked, obviously. They beat Clemson, and then they lost to Virginia, and then they ended the season beating North Carolina and Wake Forest. So they didn't even beat one good team.
Their best win was against USC at the time when USC was ranked 15th in the country.
They didn't play USC.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were still talking about Notre Dame. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that was Duke.
Yeah, Duke. See, part of the problem is you're gonna have teams every year in the ACC that is gonna get a soft schedule like Virginia and sneak in next year, and Georgia Tech. I'm not disrespecting Georgia Tech, but it goes to them too. The same thing. So next year, who is it gonna be? Boston College, Wake Forest. So when you need in the ACC, the Florida States, the Miamis to consistently do it, Clemson, and you know what? Force Notre Dame to join the ACC. Force them, because right now they're having their. I told Keith, they're having their cake and eat it too. They want to be independent, so they'll be able to schedule a cupcake schedule, but so they can be independent and still retain all their finances and their royalties, which is fine, especially through the NBC contract. If they join a conference, they literally have to share all that with all the teams in the conferences. That's why they won't do it.
I mean, if teams are
With football.
If two teams are this close, I don't know why they don't go to head to head. We beat them.
It's not even just the head to head. Like, you guys have the harder schedule. You guys beat them head to head. Like, it just is what it is. You guys should be above Notre Dame.
I mean, they had a fairly tough schedule this year.
Who did?
Notre Dame. They just didn't win them all.
No.
I mean,
and they also didn't beat Miami.
Like, they played Miami, Texas A&M, USC, and Pitt.
We beat
they
three
4 ranked teams.
I think we beat 3 or 4 ranked teams this year.
Including Notre Dame.
Including Notre Dame.
You beat Notre Dame, South Florida when they were ranked, but then they kind of collapsed. Florida State, they suck, but they were ranked at the time, and Pitt. So they played 4 tougher games than your 4 toughest games. But like, you guys actually won your games. They lost their actual good games as well. So it's like, but I don't know. I just look at it head to head. I mean, you had the same record. It should just go head to head. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
But I mean, I agree in a sense of like they still like they play freaking. They actually didn't play Army this year, surprisingly, but they still played Navy. But then they played
Keith.
the Cherry, the sorry ACC.
It's all about that.
All about that.
Listen, like someone said, like someone said, okay. They had Notre Dame in the playoffs in the middle of August of this year. Okay, right. That's what they did. All right, they did that. So I'm not gonna sit here and try to justify why Notre Dame should be in. At this point, everybody knows how I feel about Notre Dame. So I won't go into that because I'm not gonna give them that luxury. All I know is that I still can't believe that I'm defending Miami. That's still a shocker to me. That's all. But no, but Miami should be in. With that being said, if anything else, if we have anything else, we could just jump right into the NFL, and because a lot happened over the weekend, including Thanksgiving, with the first game of the Packers beating the Lions 31-24. The Lions right now are at 7-5, and I would love to ask Jason if he was here, but I'll ask you guys: are the Lions done? I mean, at 7-5, losing the way they've been losing.
No,
I don't know, but Jason's going through a lot of
emotional damage.
Yeah,
it's bad right now for him.
Oh man, he's not having a good weekend. Okay, Mark Stoops gets fired as the head coach of Kentucky. We bring that up, people, because Jason is a diehard Kentucky football fan. Okay, so seeing Mark Stoops leave after getting fired after 13 years, after 13 years, and then having this happen right now, yeah, he's got some serious emotional damages. But you guys think that they're still gonna get in? Now, keep in mind, the 3 wild cards in the NFC all have 9 wins, while they're 7-5. So if you still think that they're gonna get in, that means either Seattle, Green Bay, or San Francisco has to kind of come out because they're next in line. They're the first one out. So you see one of those 3 teams falling out so the Lions can get in.
No, I don't. I don't see it. They got They got Cowboys next game, which the Cowboys are starting to get hot now. Then they got the Rams. Then they got the Steelers, which they can beat. Then they got the Vikings, which they can also beat. And then they end on the Bears, which they will lose against the Bears. So I that they're gonna win. I see for sure 2 wins on that last 4 games. For sure 2 wins. I can't guarantee. You know what I mean?
No, no. I'll make it real easy. If they lose again, if they lose Thursday against the Cowboys, they're done. They'll
Yeah,
be 7 and
basically.
6, and they're done. I mean, they're done. They got no room forever the rest of the way right now. I mean, look, this is one of those situations where we thought that after losing their offensive coordinator Ben Johnson to the Bears, losing their
Yep.
defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn to the Jets, the first game or so didn't go well. Couple of games starting to click, but then eventually you saw that Dan Campbell ended up taking over the play call. And yeah, the first game was great, but now something is not clicking. And this is probably one of those years that when you lose your offensive coordinator, and even in this case, your defensive, they tend to be a regression for an entire year for a team. And that happened to Philly as well. After one
The
year when
Super
they
Bowl.
lost both the coordinators after the Super Bowl. So I get that, but I think the Lions are done. But Packers with Love, 8-3-1, they've got the 6th seed. Do you think they take over the division, or do you think there will be a wild card team?
Oh, can I talk about the Lions real quick? I mean, I
Yeah,
didn't
no,
know.
go ahead, go ahead.
So, I is it likely that they'll probably make it? No, but I do think they still have a fairly decent chance because they still play the Cowboys and the Rams. And let's say Seattle beats the Rams, and then Detroit can also beat the Rams. They'll then have the tiebreaker over them and the Cowboys. So, if they can pull off the Rams, they'll technically be one game. And then if they can find a way to win and then the Rams lose another one, they'd have the tiebreaker over them for a wild card spot. I don't like their odds, but it is doable. It is doable though. But it's kind of
No,
hard.
I agree. No, I agree. It is doable, but the hardest part is going to be is Thursday, because right now they're gonna run into the Cowboys. Obviously, we can get that later on, but they're running into a Cowboy team that right now is probably one of the hottest teams in the past 3 weeks. So they have to win this game because it becomes almost impossible to do so. Um, Being 7 and 6, and already somebody wins 10 games, you're gonna end up being 3 game behind. But it is doable.
It's
And
kind of in their hands in a way. I mean, if they can win, I mean, they play teams that they can give them the tiebreaker over. So, and then I'm pretty
They
sure the Packers still have to play the Bears, and teams are going to beat up on each other. But
if they can beat uh the Cowboys and then upset and beat the Rams, they could probably win the next 2 after that. So they can win
Mhm.
4 games, and the Bears play Green Bay this week. Then they got Cleveland. Then they got Green Bay again. Then they have San Fran. So I mean, the Lions are still lined up if they play well to even win that division. If the Bears or the Green Bay can like sweep each other, because they're going to get more losses. It's irregardless. One of them are going to get either 1 loss or 2 losses, depending on how it goes. So, I mean, reality, they could still win the division.
yeah, they can still win the division only because the Bears are winning it. So it's not like they're blowing all these teams out. They're just winning, finding ways to win, like other teams have in single digit scoring. But at the very least, though, you gotta stop the Cowboys. If listen, if they beat the Cowboys and the Rams, they're in, because their next 2 games after that is the Steelers and the Vikings, like you guys said. If they win those 2, I say they're in because they'll win those next 2, the Steelers and the Vikings, because the Bears is going to be probably a toss up. The Bears, I have a feeling it's going to come down to the division.
The
That's what I
last
think it's
game.
going to come down to. But
yeah,
you do,
the
but you
Lions would have the tiebreaker if they have the same record because the Lions will have beaten them twice too. The Bears,
Right.
that
right.
is.
So they're going to have to lose one more time before they meet the Bears and still be able to control their destiny.
It's possible because they still play the Packers twice. The Bears do.
Tigo
Yeah,
said, I told y'all I
Yeah.
don't trust golf.
Oh, oh, Tigo, you need to come back in here, bro. You know, I know you somewhere, but it is true though. I mean, Tigo did say he didn't trust golf, which is understandable, and that's fine. But here we are. We're
Tigo,
talking about the Bears. We're talking about um the Lions, and then the same division. You have the Packers. So with the Packers, um, okay, who has a better shot then making in the playoffs more so in that division or in the West Division? Because the Packers, I think the Packers are actually playing better than the Bears, and I think they're actually playing better than the Lions. And I think it's the Packers that actually is going to end up moving. And the likelihood, I think they're going to sneak in, and wouldn't be surprised if they win the division. But I think they're going to take one of those wild card spots. Remember, they got
Here,
Micah Parsons.
here's a good question to piggyback on you. What team out of the NFC that's currently in the playoffs you think could most likely drop out for the Lions or the Cowboys?
Wait, say that again. Say that again.
I'm assuming it's either going to be the Lions or the Cowboys to find a way to get back into the playoffs.
Okay.
So I'm saying which out of the 7 teams that are currently in the NFC playoffs,
Right.
which team do you believe has the highest possibility of flunking out?
Oh.
I don't know what team exactly, but I would say it would most likely be an NFC West team because they all play each other. Like Seattle plays the Niners and the Rams at least once, and then
Okay.
I believe the Niners play the Rams still.
Yeah, they
So
still
you
play
think
them one more
they're
time.
just going to beat up on each other basically?
Yeah, I
And
think they'll beat up on each other, and
in order
then
for the Cowboys and the not the Packers, I'm sorry, in order for the Cowboys and the Lions to sneak in with a win, it's like Zachary said, everybody's got to beat up on each other.
and
And
then
Yeah.
but you still do have the Bears and the Packers. They have to play each other twice. So if one
Yeah.
team sweeps, I mean that's
Mhm.
2 whole
Yeah.
games that the Lions or the Cowboys could catch up on. That's like perfect scenario for one of those 2 teams is that either one can just sweep.
See, another thing that's interesting to me is that the Eagles are very cold right now, and the Cowboys are very hot.
Cowboys
So
are only
I'll-
one game behind them. in the
Yeah.
loss column.
So I was thinking the Eagles
Well,
are going to
game and a
flunk
half,
out.
game and a half because of the tie. Game and a half.
Yeah.
Game and a half.
I think they still play the Eagles though. I think the Cowboys still have what they end the season against the Eagles.
Do they?
No.
I think
they
so,
played-
no?
They played each other twice. They split.
Yeah, I think yeah.
Oh,
they
okay, okay.
Yeah, they split.
So-
They split.
That would be the team that I would think would flunk out is the Eagles. That's the team that I think is going to flunk out.
I mean,
Eagles, they got a fairly decent. They play the Chargers, Raiders, Commanders, Bills, Commanders again.
I mean, I heard 3 wins. It's what I heard. Commanders twice and one in a weak team. I think you mentioned.
but look at Dallas. They
Raiders.
got Dallas has Detroit, Minnesota, Chargers, Washington, and the Giants.
About 3
And
straight.
listen,
Who's got
listen.
the better
And what
schedule
always
remaining?
happens with the Cowboys when they play a divisional game? What always happens towards the end of the season? What's
They
seems to
win.
happen? Huh?
They win.
No, I'm used to them just throwing it away and a lot of the times not making the playoffs towards the end of the season when they throw an interception or turnover.
Oh,
But every single one of them has the capabilities of just winning it because every of those schedules I counted anywhere between 2 and 3 wins, 2 and 3 wins for each team is who is going to win against the elite teams on your schedule. That's what it's come down to. And it's crazy that you guys mentioned the Cowboys because right after that game, the Cowboys beat the Chiefs 31-28. And
yep.
I guess the obvious question
Ted
with
called that.
the elephant in the room: are the Chiefs done? 6-6.
hmm Chiefs have been done for 2 or 3 weeks now. In my opinion, I think the Chiefs have been done for 2 or 3 weeks. I think the Chiefs are not the team that they were for the past 3 years. The Chiefs are just not that team anymore.
I mean,
Their
yeah, I
offense,
mean,
yeah,
look, their defense is old.
yep.
Jones, the defensive end, is getting old. Travis Kelsey is old. Look, I think Patrick Mahomes it's either 29 or hasn't turned 30 yet. So they have to basically not rebuild, but kind of like reload because they just don't have those players that they had. The second they traded Tyreek Hill, that offense was no longer the same. And yet somehow they managed to win, I believe, a couple of Super Bowls after he left. I could be wrong, a couple of more. I mean, I'm looking at the standings right here, and they're 6-6. They're 10th. They can easily leapfrog the Steelers. I think the Steelers are done. But then you got Houston, and Buffalo is 7. I mean, I don't know how Kansas City jumps right back into it unless you're telling me that the other teams are going to lose. The Kansas City's remaining schedule is the Texans. Granted, it's at home. Okay. Then after that, they play, like you said, the Chargers. And like Zachary said, Titans, and then the Broncos, and then the Raiders.
That's
I could
possibly
easily
only 2 wins.
exactly.
I that's possibly one win. Like I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
like I'm gonna be honest. That's possibly one win.
I'm going to give them Tennessee and the Raiders,
Right.
possibly LA because Herbert's hand. I don't
He
know how
has
much.
surgery in his
Wait,
left hand.
sorry, did you say Tennessee or Texans?
No, he said Tennessee and the Raiders.
Oh, okay, those are 2 wins. Yeah, okay.
Right.
I think the Texans with their defense, I think Mahomes is probably going to get sacked like 4 times that game.
That's sorry, Keith.
And then Denver's going to be a tough game for them.
So how I'm looking at it is it's definitely not likely for the Chiefs. They still have a chance because they do play the Texans, which are one of the 2 teams outside of the 7th seed. The Steelers are still like they're the Steelers, so it's like okay, they're like they both. You could probably say that they both stink, but for that be the Steelers and the Chiefs. But the Texans, they play each other this upcoming week. That is for the tiebreaker, basically. But the Colts and the Jaguars are both 8-4, and they still play each other twice. So if one of those teams can sweep, that's 2 whole games that the Chiefs could possibly catch up to. And I do know they beat the Colts. They have the tiebreaker over the Colts, but they don't against the Jaguars. So if the Jaguars can somehow sweep and they can pull off the win against the Texans, all I'm going to say is don't let the Chiefs get in the playoffs, but I don't think everything's going to line up in their favor for them.
That's just too much. You're 2 games behind. I believe 2 games behind the. Let me make sure I said this right. You're 2 games behind the 7th seed overall.
Which are the Bills?
Well, the 5, 6, and 7 are all 8-4.
8-4. I'm sorry, I take that back. 8-4. So
5, 6, and 7 are all 8-4.
I mean, look,
and they
you
still play
have
the
a few
Chargers.
weeks. In a couple of weeks, you got to at least make up a game. Within 2 weeks, Kansas City has to make up at least 1 game for the 7th.
Isn't
they
Justin
will,
Herbert out?
We don't know yet.
If the Chiefs can win against the Texans, they'll have the tiebreaker over the Texans, and then the Jaguars and the Chargers also play each other this week, so they'll make up a game there. And then
if they win,
they'd be behind one of those games. Yeah, obviously, if they can win.
Man,
if they lose, then it's done. That's definitely
it's gonna.
done.
Zachary, you got to remember the Chiefs. The Texans is only allowing 16 points a game this year.
Yeah,
Number one in the
I don't care about that. All I'm saying is just don't let the Chiefs in.
See, if I'm the Chiefs, I care about that because the Chiefs, like it's the Chiefs are not that good where they can't be like, I don't care about that good defense.
You're just trying to win, and you're not like, oh my goodness, the Texans.
Yeah,
no, you're
yeah.
I get that, but it's not like I don't care about going in the face of that defense. You definitely do care, especially that D line.
As an NFL player, you definitely are just going to go there, and your main focus is winning. Not, oh my goodness, I have to play a defense. That's literally not a thought. And all I'm gonna say is,
Well-
if Sam Darnold could put up 27 points against the Texans, I'd like to hope the Chiefs can score some.
So you're saying teams wouldn't go into the Legion of Boom saying, "Oh, I don't need to face that defense."
Yeah, I'd hope as an NFL team, I'm not worried about playing a defense, and I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna have to execute and win the
Fair,
game.
fair.
Okay.
I'm never scared about playing anybody. I don't care how good a team is. That's
No,
just
that's
that's
fair.
just a competitor in you. Like,
Yeah.
oh my
facts.
gosh, I have to go play the Legion of Boom. Like, who
I
are
don't give
you?
a shit.
Now,
Cam
I
Newton
saw-
stared down that defense as they ran onto the field. Didn't
This
go
is
well
what
for him,
Kansas-
but he had
Yeah.
no fear. He didn't care. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. Oh my goodness, we have to go play this defense. Like,
He was
excuse me,
I hope
that's
Kansas City.
not really happening.
I hope Kansas City doesn't do this because they're tied with two other teams that have done this. The most losses when they've taken a lead into the fourth quarter after trailing in the fourth quarter, just going in. Kansas City has 3 losses. The other two tied with them is the Giants and the Dolphins.
Oh my
So
gosh.
having the lead into the fourth quarter and then losing it, 3 losses, and
Oh
those
my
and those are
gosh.
the number one. All 3 teams tied for first. I'm not trying to say anything. I'm just trying to throw it out there. You know, I don't want you guys to have PTSD. That's not my goal. It's
He,
not my goal here.
Back to Herbert real quick. He's day to day.
Yeah, he
Okay.
has surgery, and there's a possibility he will not be missing a game. And I have no clue how the hell he does it. But
Because they're just going to put that big hamburger helper glove on him, and he's
Yeah.
gonna be all right.
did you just say the hamburger helper glove?
Yeah,
Is that what you just said?
isn't that what it
Okay.
looked like this past
The
week?
hamburger helper glove.
It was huge.
I'll be
You're
honest
talking
with you,
about the club. Are you talking about the club?
Yeah, it was like,
Oh my gosh, bro!
his
Y'all
fingers
crazy.
on it were like 2
crazy.
inches extra.
That's crazy. Well, all right. So since we're in the AFC and the next game involves 2 AFC teams, the Bengals and the Ravens. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm really disappointed in the Ravens the way they lost at home to the Bengals, 32-14.
I called
I'm
that.
not surprised. Yeah, you did. Not surprised that the Bengals scored 32 with Joe Burrow. But I don't care how much. But the fact that the Ravens only scored 14, and right now that offense isn't even clicking whatsoever, man. And I don't even know if the Ravens will actually make the playoffs, even though they're in first place, 6-6. Now the Bengals are 4-8, 2 games back. How in the world are you 2 games back when you're 4-8? That's crazy to me. So the question, real quick, this is what Lamar Jackson has done in the last 3 games. Okay, he's completed 55% of his passes. He has no touchdowns. He's given the ball away 5 times, been sacked 9 times, and has a passer rating of 63.1.
You want me to tell you why?
The last 3 games.
Because he's a run first quarterback, and he hasn't been doing that hardly at all.
And he hasn't, which everybody is saying. I think he's hurt.
Right.
Honestly.
Yeah, they're saying.
And I
they're
know that
saying
the
he's
last
like
time
a-
he was.
Yeah.
They're saying he's been dealing with a toe injury.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, okay, that
Try
explains
to-
everything. Okay,
When you have
that makes sense because
when you have a toe injury, it's
Okay, Keith.
tough. It's tough to play when you're a runner and you got a toe injury.
You're limping basically.
Remember Deion Sanders back in the day? All the times when he had turf toe and he always had
Yep.
something wrong with his toe. It's tough.
yeah,
I have
because you're
I have
pushing
turf
up.
toe with I have turf toe. Went from bowling and like playing baseball and stuff.
Mhm,
That hurts, man.
mhm.
That big toe.
Yeah. So the question are we confident in the Ravens and Lamar Jackson? Because right now, because that information was not known when he came back. Everybody thought that he was fine and all, and then all of a sudden, the way he's been playing the last 3 games, this information comes out within the last week or so. So now, do we trust the Ravens because of Lamar Jackson's still injury? Because he can't. If Lamar Jackson can't run, that's not going to be easy for them to win. I personally would not be surprised if the Bengals catch up and take that division at 9-8.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna make a Tigo prediction here, and I'm saying the Bengals are gonna leapfrog those 2 teams in front of them.
Oh, is that what we're gonna call it? Is that what we're gonna call it? We're gonna call it the Tigo prediction. Say
The Tigo
something out of the
prediction.
norm, and then for some bizarre reason it happens.
Yeah,
Okay, all right. So that's what we're gonna call it, Tigo.
the Tigo prediction
The
Brought to
Tigo
you.
prediction.
brought to you by Old Spice.
Guys, you too. He gave his Tigo prediction that the Bengals are going to win the division. Would you guys think about the Bengals in the Ravens game and whether or not you trust Lamar Jackson, knowing about his toe injury?
I don't trust the Ravens. That offense runs through Lamar Jackson, literally and figuratively. Meaning like the rush offense and the pass offense. So it's like, no. I think that, and if Joe Burrow's healthy, they're jumping the Ravens. Just because you're not stopping that offense.
And now you got Aaron Rodgers. He's hurt. Rudolph ain't going to do anything with that team.
Yeah, that's true.
And you
Yeah,
got
the
you
bit
got-
3 brand band-aids.
yeah, looking like he tried to break into the McAllister house on Home Alone.
Yeah, with the paint cans.
Bro,
Yeah.
you got to be kidding me, man. That's crazy to me, man.
What about
Yo.
Zach? Zach, what do you think?
What was the question?
No,
Do you think the
Yeah,
Ravens
Bengals beating the Ravens? Do you still trust Lamar Jackson, knowing now that he actually has a bad toe, still it can't run?
I mean, I don't know who to trust when it comes
To
to
that
an AFC
division?
team, if I'm being honest with you. But all I do know is that the Bengals still play. Do they still play They still play the Ravens this year,
Yep.
and the Steelers and Ravens still have to play each other twice.
Ooh.
So it is possible that the Bengals can catch up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But-
So are you gonna agree with Keith? As everybody, listen, I'm going with Keith on this. I'm convinced.
Okay,
I'm
if
taking the Bengals.
if they can beat the Bills this week, I think they will because they play the Ravens, Dolphins, Cardinals, and Browns. I think they have to beat the Bills. I mean, that's obvious.
Yeah.
So I
Who's
would
that?
wait.
The Bengals?
Yes, I would wait to see if the
Okay.
Bengals can beat the Bills this week. If they can beat the Bills, then I definitely like their chances because then they play the Ravens the following week, and then they have the easiest remaining out of the other two teams, if I'm not mistaken. But I will wait until after this Bills game.
Okay,
And
no,
I-
that's fair. That's fair.
And on that note, ting, you heard it here first.
You got to get that sound bite. You got to get the sound bite.
You guys are killing me, man. I'm telling you. I'm not gonna be able to control Keith. I don't want to control him, to be honest with you. I want to know the truth. I don't. But you know what? Since there is one more team in that division, let's just wrap that division up real quick. And it's probably the one that I think everybody pretty much have known in the last couple of weeks. So the Bills trashed the Steelers at Pittsburgh 26-7. They ran almost for, I believe they ran for almost 250 yards, some ridiculous
That's the
number.
key.
The Bills gashed the Steelers. Again, another game where they're just they're running all over them, the defense, and scoring as well. Keith, I don't know if you can find it, but did you guys see and hear what the fans at Pittsburgh were chanting?
Mm-mm.
Fire
Yes, sir.
Tomlin,
I loved it.
fire
I loved it.
Tomlin.
Oh, fire Tomlin.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Loud.
I was really surprised. And after 19 years, listen, you guys know how I felt about this from day one in the preseason. That they're gonna go, they're gonna have to separate. Listen, here's the thing about the Steelers. Okay, the Steelers, they've got the most expensive defense in the league, one of the most expensive salaries on the team. They've had that. Do you know that they've had the highest paid defense 4 years in a row?
Yep.
Okay, that's who they have.
Crazy.
Old defense. Okay, second oldest, by the way. Going back to last year, the Steelers are 6-11 in their last 17 games. Okay, they've lost 6 consecutive playoffs. Okay, and wait, every single one of those playoff losses, they've trailed at least 21 points at some point in each of those games, and that's an NFL record. Okay. In those playoff games, in the first quarter alone, they've been outscored 73-0. Okay. And I guess the
Damn it,
Bills,
man.
this gets better. I'll end it with this. and the Bills game, 19 of the 43 offensive snaps were for no yards at all. That's 44% of the offensive play in that game that they gained no yard at all, either no yard or negative, whatever the case may be. What they need to do is this. Here's the question I have for everybody. Everyone knows that Mike Tomlin, unless he decides to take a year off, we all know that that phone is going to be ringing. Okay. Where do you all think? First of all, here's the thing. Are the Steelers done? Is Mike Tomlin done? And if so, where is he going? And then the Bills, how do we rate the Bills? But before we go to the Bills, I want to address the whole Steelers thing. So where exactly do you think this ends up and who goes where, if any?
Well, the Steelers just signed Adam Thielen, so you know that he's got another option. I mean, to give to Rodgers credit, they drop a lot of passes. So
I'll give you that. I mean, but that offense has it. And as a result, they're just going to drop back and take away his receivers, whatever receivers he has. And then on top of that, it doesn't help that he's dropping the ball as well. But let's be honest. The biggest shocker is that defense, man. I mean, 30 points in in 4 or 5 games this year they've allowed in those games. That's just not a traditional Steeler. But what do you think happens with the Steelers anyway?
So I think Steelers are done. Steelers are done. The Bills, I watched the Bills game. They ran the same run play about 10 plays in a row, and they got
2 plays.
Yeah, that's
right.
it. 2 plays.
2 running plays the whole game.
The whole game. And then they gashed them the whole game. But that's also the key with the Bills, too, because the Bills don't have a passing game unless Superman comes out and people get wide open and through behind the defense, I mean. But I love those fire Mike Tomlin chants, man. I love it because
the Giants will take them.
Because I will happily take Mike Tomlin with the New York Giants. Matter of fact, I'll toss 8 years there for $200 million to get Mike Tomlin. Matter of fact, I'll send 2 first-round picks to Mike Tomlin. I don't care. I want Mike Tomlin, bro.
Remember that you can trade a coach because it's been done in the NFL. So he'll still be on the contract at the end of this year. So unless they separate or a trade happens. So you guys beat me to the punchline. I think it would be a great fit for the Giants. The only reason I think that is because they need a culture change. They need somebody that no one's gonna talk back to. And when he says something, you're gonna listen whether you like it or not, and you're gonna do it. Period. And that's what the Giants miss. What the Giants are missing is a Bill Parcells. What they're missing is a Tom Coughlin. That's what they're missing. Okay.
Yep.
Zachary, what you think happens to the Steelers this year and in regards to the Bills gashing them for almost 250 in the run game?
I think the way the season's playing out, it is unfortunate that Mike Tomlin will most likely not be a Steeler after the season. And it's going to be because of how bad that defense has been playing. Because they've put up points, throughout the year, but it's been their defense that just can't stop anybody. I mean, you saw it in their last game. They couldn't stop the Bills from running. And but I will agree that I think Mike Tomlin would be a perfect fit in New York because he's been coaching in Pittsburgh. He is a guy that knows how to deal with the media, especially when it comes to New York. He'd be a guy that would know how to handle that, would be fine with it. And I think that would be a good fit for him.
So I'm gonna add another thing here.
Okay.
Dude, the Steelers are at the point where they got their veterans complaining about a guy supposedly putting a knee into his stomach.
Oh,
and crying into the media about it when it's a quarterback, bro. And he was getting up.
I think they were saying that Josh Allen need one of the defensive end players on the ground.
Cameron Hayward. Well, big vet.
Hayward. Yeah.
The big vet crying to the media.
Yeah, he was saying that Josh Allen needed him in the stomach.
Like, That's a in his words, that's some HS. You know what I mean? That's some H shit. And and he's crying. I'm like, bro, are we serious right now, dude? You're worrying about that instead of getting gashed for 263 yards or whatever it was. You're
Oh
getting
my
gashed, and you're the
Man.
defensive tackle. Figure your out, bro. Like,
Uh,
No, I'm gonna make it worse. The Buffalo Bills did not have their starting left tackle or their starting right tackle for that game. So
Yeah.
that even makes it, and their left tackle is a 4-time Pro Bowler. So listen,
that's
yeah,
what happens when you get beat and you get beat down. You start making excuses.
yeah, you're
no accountability.
You're an old team. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, the next game, I think Caleb Williams has arrived. Bears over the Eagles, 24-15. Williams doesn't make it look pretty, but he gets the job done. They're 9-3. Right now they got the number 1 seed. I don't foresee that lasting, to be honest. I could be wrong, but I don't foresee it happening. They're having a fantastic season. But the way the Eagles are looking right now, to be honest, I would not be surprised if they do what they did 2 years ago and lose their last, 6 games in a row to end up 10-7 after starting 10-1. It wouldn't surprise me if they even missed the playoffs, but I'm still going to hold out. They're too talented of a team, and I still think they're going to win the division. They're just too talented. I cannot
So-
see them do
Gotta
this
get
again.
past Green Bay.
So Tigo, this one's for you, bro. Listen, I've always said the Eagles were trash. I'll always say the Eagles are trash. I'm going to keep saying the Eagles are trash because they're not that good of a team. And I'm correct because they've been losing. They can't win. Jalen Hurts can't throw the ball. And yeah, the Eagles are going to flunk out because that's what trash teams do. They lose leads in the fourth quarter. It's either they can't adjust their game plans mid-game. They can't do it. Nick Sirianni's a horrible coach. Always said he was a horrible coach. Yeah, the Eagles are done. Go Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys?
Just real quick, Jalen Hurts went 19 for 34, 230 yards with 2 touchdowns. The problem is AJ Brown, he's getting his numbers. The problem is that I think they're just trying to give AJ Brown and these receivers their numbers. Listen, run the ball. Even though
they can't run the ball.
No, but here's the sad part. Even though they're not running it the way they've been running it last year, that is still their best way to succeed, and that's how they win. They don't win by just simply passing to give AJ Brown his stats. Ever since he started doing that, things have been going over. I'm not saying that the running game and their offense has been spectacular this year. It hasn't, but somehow they've managed to win. And even though it helps when Jalen Hurts is not turning the ball over and turning the ball, but you cannot force feed wide receivers just because to make AJ Brown happy. I personally don't think AJ Brown is going to be here next year. That's just my opinion. I don't think he is, but I still think they're still gonna win that division. I mean, but it's not looking good. What do you guys think, Keith or Zachary?
I think that the Cowboys are going to jump ahead of them.
Okay. I mean,
And you're talking about the NFC East?
Yes.
Yeah. I think Eagles lose this week to the Chargers. I'm going to call that right now.
Real quick, before you guys say anything else, Tigo, I want your answer. Sorry, go ahead, Keith.
They got Washington. I know, they haven't been playing this year, but that's divisional team. So it's probably going to be tough anyways. And then they got Buffalo. And I think Buffalo's going to beat them in Buffalo.
All right, Zachary. What are your wise words here?
I mean, well, they're not going to win if they continue to give up 281 yards. I mean, I'm just going to make that known. I mean, no team is going to win if you're giving up 200 rushing yards. Not really sure what else to touch upon. I mean, this literally the same thing was happening last year, and the Eagles won the Super Bowl. So, um,
They
are
were
they
running
going
the
to
ball
repeat
too.
it? If I can finish my point, that'd be great. But so finishing it up, do I think it's likely that the Eagles are going to repeat it? No, but I'm just going to make that comparison. I mean, this is the same exact issues that this team had last year, and we know how that ended up. But no, yeah, I mean this defense, yeah, you can't allow that because Caleb Williams did not play that well. Just looking at the numbers, but he didn't have to. So
No,
that's all I really
no,
got to say
you were
on it.
right. You were right.
Oh, and then
Yeah,
also the Bears also had 40 or like 39 minutes compared to the Eagles 20 minutes of possession. So that's just the running just adding up one after another. So
2 running backs with at least 125 rushing yards and a touchdown. That's crazy. In the same game. So, but we'll leave it at that just to move it on. We
Tigo.
just want to mention real quick. No, go ahead. Did he say something?
Yeah,
Oh,
Tigo
come
said
on, Tebow.
I don't see the Cowgirls winning the division. So basically he's saying go Birds.
Yeah, basically.
No, I'm not saying that. He didn't say it. I want to see it. I want to see who he's taking in the NFC East. So at the end of the day, I want a name. I want a team name. Tigo.
I
You don't
think
get
he
off
doesn't
that
like the
easy.
Cowboys as much, and I think Zach doesn't like the Eagles as much.
I hate both teams, to be honest
But
with
Cheddar
you.
picked
But
Cheddar. Who did Cheddar? You picked the Eagles.
I
Right?
originally picked the Eagles, yes, to win
Oh,
the
okay.
division, the beginning of the
Okay.
season. Yeah.
Now, still or no?
No, Cowboys.
He's the Cowboys. All right, Tigo, you got to give us an answer.
But you
So
look
we
at
can
that.
get 'em moving.
All that complaining by AJ Brown, he gets 132 yards and
And
they
still
still
lose.
lose.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
I said they should have traded him.
Yeah, I think he will at the end of the year.
Yeah, he should get his. He should get back onto blocking. That's what he needs to do.
Exactly.
The whole
Exactly.
line needs to learn how to block again. They're not blocking. Period.
Block.
Whole line's not blocking. Can't
Well,
run the
Lance
ball.
Johnson is hurt. Lance Johnson
That's
is hurt, but even when he was playing, they still
yeah,
weren't
they
running.
still.
So I don't really know exactly what's going on with that line.
He
It was never
Tigo
like
said
before.
Eagles.
Eagles.
Yep.
Okay, we got an Eagles. We got an eagle. We got a flying eagle, people.
Tigo,
right.
Tigo, you might as well start singing their song too, buddy.
Yeah, you
Yeah, I don't
Eagles
see-
fan.
Yeah, he's not gonna do that.
That's
Tigo-
disgusting, man.
don't
Stand
do
on a
that.
ball and sit there and do your freaking eagle celebration, dude.
Right.
Flap your wings.
Oh man. Oh
Start-
man.
Start playing your Rocky theme song.
Yeah.
Just so we can get this moving along, I'm just gonna mention real quick the 49ers over the Browns 26-8. Zachary, I think Zachary saw about the first half of the game in that one. I think I saw the whole thing. Man, the Browns just suck offensively as a team, except for Sam. Okay. He can only do what he can do. I mean, the kid is running for his life. He had decent numbers. Not the greatest number, not the greatest of all, but enough for a fifth-round starter. Listen, like Zachary said, when Judy is your number one receiver, you have a problem. Okay, and they have no running game, and you have literally an elite defense. I would like to see. I'm gonna go crazy here. I like to see the Browns trade Shador Sanders to the Jets. The heck with it.
Judkins had 91 yards rushing.
Yeah, but that's not. He's talking about the receivers.
Yeah, I mean, no, but overall, the running game hasn't really been that. It's a Judkins
Oh.
is pretty decent, but I'm just saying the receiving core, there is none. He has none. That's the part of the problem. They don't get open. I mean,
You know-
the guy was running for his life.
You know what's sorry?
I didn't watch that game, but did it come down to San Fran just had a better defense? Because their numbers are pretty similar, Sanders and Purdy's.
I'll let Zachary take this one because he'll break that part down.
Can I say something before I forget it?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I was like, it also doesn't help when you have a veteran receiver in Jerry Jeudy. Within the 2 first drives that Shador Sanders had as a starting QB for a full game, Buddy comes over and starts cursing him out and yelling at him on the sideline.
Yeah, he
Judy
did
did.
that
I'm
to
gonna listen
Gabriel.
too much.
Judy did that, yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did
I'm not
that
gonna
to
listen to
Gabriel.
So,
Exactly.
but yeah,
But Zach,
sorry,
he was
I
in
didn't
his-
mean to interrupt you, Zach.
No,
I
you
just
Literally
did.
in his
You did.
second start playing. Anyways,
that's That's what I meant. Yeah, it's his first start, second drive, dude. Like
second start.
second start, whatever, second drive of the
Yeah.
second start. Yeah.
But so I was watching the game, and it was obviously somewhat close early on, but the Browns didn't convert on 2 4th and 1s, and it wasn't even the ball wasn't even in Shador's hands. It was a first one was a run play that just got blown up, I think way behind the line, I think.
Yep, it was.
And then the other one was I forgot, but I know Sanders was not involved in either of them.
Oh, wasn't it a backup tight end or tight end? Anyway, something like that. So something crazy. It was just something crazy.
You want to know what else?
I think it was like a mishandled snap or something to somebody else. I forgot.
What about the punt from the 29-yard line?
Oh my gosh, man!
By who?
The Browns.
Oh, what was it? You mean the one that was shanked? I think.
No, he punted the ball from the 29-yard line. Their 29-yard line.
Oh yeah, I didn't get that.
I
didn't
think
understand that.
I think they were trying to not go over the coverage on the spread.
I didn't understand that
the
either.
spread was like 38 points or something like that, and they were at, I forget what they were at, to where
32. It was 32.
yeah,
Or something total. The over and under. He
So-
tried to conspiracy. Yeah.
So the other one was a fumble, and it was a direct snap to the tight end. So
yeah, I knew it was a tight end. Okay.
Yeah.
So I knew it was a tight end. I just didn't know how they did it, but
trick
yeah,
plays.
but like Zachary said, Shador Sanders, I mean, he's not even involved in those plays. And I think one of them, they were actually driving and they come up with something ridiculous. You want to keep it simple, no trick plays. And at that point, you know what the sad part is? At that point, when that fumble happened, the score was 10-8 San Fran. And I
You know
think that
what?
was like
You know,
You know what that says? They still don't trust him 100%.
no, it confirms that report that was coming out from an inside reporter that the coaches do not want and do not like Shador Sanders. The ownership likes Shador Sanders, and I personally feel like, from what I've been reading and what I've been seeing on the field, they don't want Shador Sanders to succeed. That the head coach don't want Shador Sanders to succeed. The offensive coordinator don't want Shador Sanders to succeed. And I don't know. I feel like they are literally in cahoots to ruin Shador Sanders. I personally feel like that, and I've been seeing it, and I've been reading it, and it just looks like that.
Mm.
I hope not, but I wouldn't be surprised either because it is Shador Sanders.
And I'm just saying, if that's true, Kevin Stefanski should never coach in the NFL ever again. That dude should lose his job instantly. And that offensive coordinator who's already a bum shouldn't be in the job, shouldn't have a job again either. Just is what it is.
If it is true, because that's a little different than Dabble, criticizing an interview versus
Yeah,
intentionally
actually
ending someone's
sabotaging a
career.
guy.
That's a big one, but I wouldn't be surprised at this point with anything. But I just wanted to bring that. I just curious what everybody thought about Shador Sanders and the way it happened. Okay. The next one could be real quick. Texans and the Colts. Okay. Obviously, number one defense, points allowed. The Colts. Man, a few weeks ago, I started to get nervous, but the rest of the Colts schedule, because the Texans, by the way, beat the Colts 20-16. Defense manhandled the Colts. Cut Jonathan Taylor to 21 carries, 85 yards. Screwed up my fantasy. By the way, I got blown out. Do we still trust Daniel Jones? Because this time he has a line. This time he has a running game. This time he has a decent defense.
Can I go?
Go ahead.
I never trusted Daniel Jones. I personally don't think Daniel Jones has done anything to prove that you can trust Daniel Jones. I just think it was all, if Jonathan Taylor's going, the Colts are going. That just is what it is. And as you could tell, if you look at the losses, Jonathan Taylor's been held underneath 100 yards rushing on all those losses, I believe. I could be incorrect, but I believe I'm right. He's been held underneath 100 yards in all those losses, and he's been held to 0 or 1 touchdown in all those losses as well. So basically, what teams are doing is they're saying, okay, we'll stop Jonathan Taylor and make Daniel Jones beat us, and he hasn't proven that he can beat them. So that's what teams are going to continuously do.
That's what's been happening.
Would you compare, Zach? Would you compare the Colts to like the Eagles right now? Like if they can't run the ball, then they're just not going to win.
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
Okay.
I think that's fair.
I can see that. I can see that. What do you guys
Because
think?
I also think they both have average defenses too. I think the Eagles have an average defense, and I think the Colts have an average defense.
No, you think the Eagles have an average defense?
Yeah, average.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mid-tier.
Yeah, like mid-tier. Yeah.
What do you guys think about the Colts? I mean, either the Texans or the Colts are about the game, or either one of them, but especially about Danny Jones. You guys trust him yet, or have or not?
It was pretty. He had pretty similar numbers to Stroud. I mean, Stroud passed for more yards, but he had 2 touchdowns. Stroud had none. Stroud had an interception. Running backs, Marks was 64 yards, and Taylor was 85 yards. So it was looking at the stats, you would think that it was a pretty even game, and the score kind of dictates that. But probably Houston just had the better defense. I didn't watch
pretty much
the
what it
game,
was.
but,
I mean,
yeah.
like I said, yeah. I mean, that's listen. Like Cheddar said, if Jonathan Taylor doesn't run, it's gonna be really hard because the teams are gonna want to stop Taylor and put it in Daniel Jones' hands. And right now, it doesn't seem like that he's capable of doing it. Listen, it's 8-4, 7-5 Texas. I got Texas winning that division as of now.
But
And
I mean,
don't and remember. Oh, I'm sorry. And remember, and Jacksonville. Don't sleep on Jacksonville. Just saying.
right. I mean, but that's every NFL's objective going into every game. Is
Right.
If you got a good passing game and running game that clicks at the same time, you got to pick one or the other to try to shut down. And obviously, Taylor is what they're going to try to focus on, because a lot of teams know Daniel Jones is past, but when he was with the Giants and everything, and they probably just don't think he can carry the team.
Tigo, I just want to say he said, I think he's fine. For those of you out there, I just want to let you know, Tigo has always supported Danny Jones, and he's never shied from it. But Zachary, what you think up there?
I feel like you guys touched on most of it. I think we just found out that the Texans just continue to have a good defense. And when Jonathan Taylor is, they can't get him going, is Daniel Jones going to be able to step up? I guess that's the real tellers. Because, I mean, Stroud, he did not play well. When you really, I mean, he managed the game for the most part, but I don't know. I mean, he played all right. He didn't really play awful, but when there's gonna be those games where you're gonna need him to show up.
Do you think the Texans are going to overtake the Colts in the division?
I think it depends
Possibly
a lot on this week.
Yeah, possibly.
I've been looking at the schedules and the matchups. Like they play the Chiefs. Arguably, you could say like whoever like loses that game is definitely eliminated. You could go that far. Their chances are pretty much done. So it's
Okay.
like, and then you still got the Colts and the Jaguars still got to play twice. So there's still a lot of football left.
Okay.
Tigo's home, holding on to that hope in Daniel Jones still to this day.
He is, man. Like I said,
He's got Journey in the background. Don't stop.
Yeah.
believe it.
Dumb it, man. Never again. Leave it to Scott Perry. Joking.
Oh man.
I'm joking.
By the way, Tigo said Colts is winning the division.
Ugh.
That's how much he's still supporting that.
Tigo is so like Tigo's
Say that.
Tigo's the definition of since day one ish.
I am not questioning that man until he says something wrong. I'm not questioning him. I'm done. Every time I say something, Oh, he says something crazy. It happens. So
It's-
no, I'm not doing it till this weekend is over. I'm not
It's
doing
it's the Tigo prediction.
That's the Tigo prediction, folks. Here we go. Keith, we're gonna do this for you. Don't ask me how. Dolphins 5-7. They beat up the Saints.
Don't ask me how.
Oh man, I just want. They're 5-7. They're starting to look good. They're running the ball. HA 22 carries, 134 yards, 1 touchdown. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, just to make this
Beast
quick about the
mode.
Dolphins. I'm gonna be honest. If they finish over 500 because of their running game, and he keeps doing that, I'll say McDaniels is gonna get one more shot. What do
Yeah.
you think? I think he'll
think
get
so.
one more shot because I think he's starting to figure it out little
Yeah.
by little. You
I
gotta
think-
run the ball, bro. You gotta
I
run the
think-
ball.
I think Achan is pretty much saving his coaching career in Miami.
He's saving my fantasy team. I know that.
See, I think Mike McDaniel saved himself. I think Mike McDaniel saved himself for finally changing his philosophy of being like, yo, let's go ball, go ball, go ball, go ball, go ball, go ball. And now he's actually running and actually coaching an actual offense and calling an actual offense. And now look what's happening. You're winning games.
That's fair. I'll give you that. That's fair. I could say that he's changed because he didn't have to change if he didn't want to.
Yeah.
And still be stubborn and try to pass and try to get 70 points every single game like he did against Denver a while back. So, but yeah, no, I think he's changed. I think that there is a strong possibility that the Dolphins still can finish over 500. And I don't know if they're still I think they're still. It's crazy, but I think
We
they're
are still in the hunt, baby.
they're still mathematically
hunt.
in it. That's nuts, man. But I just wanted to bring that out there. But Keith
Yeah.
is probably saying not right now. They're looking nice. They're nice. It's cute what they're doing, but not too much.
Tua
too much.
tried everything he could to throw that game, but Achan just wouldn't let him,
That's fair. That's fair.
and
So-
their defense wouldn't let him either.
and Zachary's analysis of the game was that Achan saved this fantasy game. So, here's his analysis.
Detroit got Sonic and Knuckles. Well, you guys got White Sonic.
I'll take
Hey,
your word for it.
hey,
I'm
we
assuming
got-
that's their nicknames, maybe.
We got the Jets, Steelers, Bengals, Tampa Bay, and then New England.
Say that one more time, Keith. Say that one more time.
Jets, Pittsburgh, Bengals, Tampa Bay, New England.
I see 2 wins, which would bring them at 7-7. Do you think the other 2 games, obviously the 2 wins I'm talking about is the Steelers and
Jets.
the Jets? Do you think they could win 2 out of the 3 on the other ones? Possibility, man.
We're running the table. I already.
Oh.
We're
Okay,
running
so
the table.
we have another Tigo prediction.
Yes.
This is getting a little crazy, folks. So he is saying that they're running the table and they will finish at 10-7.
Hold on.
The Dolphins.
And now we have another Tigo prediction. Yes,
We're
we
gonna
will
need to-
run the table.
We need to come up with a sound bite about the Tigo prediction, okay? And every time somebody says that, you play it. That's
Right.
what we need to do.
The
So
toughest game it will be the last game against New England because it's in New England. But the Jets, even though it's in MetLife, I think we win that game. It's in Pittsburgh. I believe we could win that game. It's still going to be tough because it's going to be a cold game. But the Bengals are at home. Tampa Bay is at home. And then, like I said, the last game is
Well, if you guys beat the Bengals, that pretty much ruins your prediction of them winning.
True.
Ooh. But they can still win it. Ooh, that's right, 8-9. But you know what? The way that division is, one can win it at 8-9. So,
Mhm.
And I don't want to face the Bengals in the playoffs.
So all I'm saying is,
We
if they
help
win
the
at
Bengals if we
8-9,
beat
and these
Pittsburgh.
2 predictions come through, bro, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm being serious, man. I'm gonna be nuts because I already know Keith is gonna go crazy on that on the show when that happens, if that ever occurs. So, just real quick, in passing, the Jets beat the Falcons 27-24. Just want to throw that out there for Tafari. The Jets are still 3-9. Falcons are 4-8. I'm sure they're pretty much done, but we just want to say out there that the Jets actually won a game.
Yay!
Let me repeat that one more time. The Jets won a game.
Go Tyrod. Next game.
There
Thank
we
you,
go.
Bijan, for doing your thing. I appreciate you. That's all I got.
And you heard his
N-
analysis. So
Yeah, yeah. Good job, Tyrod.
there you
Yeah.
go. With,
They're yeah.
with that being said, I'm just gonna go and move on to the next game after that one, if it's all right with you guys. With the Rams and the Panthers. All right.
Oh boy.
No one picked the Panthers. I don't care what anybody. None of us picked the Panthers. I know I didn't. Okay, I just want to make sure. That's all I'm saying. All right. Wait a minute. What does your wait? What
Yeah,
does your brother
he said
Seth?
something's
Good
rigged.
riddance.
Something's
Rigged.
rigged. He said.
Okay, so Seth, I'm just gonna let you know in on a secret. Just type in and let us know what you think. What's rigged? So
Yeah.
that's what I want to know. What's good riddance and what's rigged? That's what I want to know. Just
Kind
to
of
be
came
clear.
out of left field there, bro.
Yeah, but that's okay. We love left field. Huh?
I shared, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
buddy.
you.
Thank you. All right.
But still tell us what good riddance and rigged means.
That's all we want to know. But while he figures that out and tells us, the Panthers shockingly beat the 7-6 Panthers. Yes, beat the Rams at Carolina 31-28. Matthew Stafford threw 2 picks, one a pick six. So the first two picks, or the first pick in since week 8. Thanks, bud. And do the Panthers make the playoffs?
The Rams can be beat.
They can be beat. So we knew that. Young throws 3. Listen, he had a good game. I think it was 15 for 20, I believe, or 17 for 20, something like that. I think he threw for over 200 yards and 3 touchdowns, no turnovers. So
Well,
he's actually progressing, throughout the year, being 7-6.
they can win this week. They got New Orleans. I don't
Mhm.
think they beat Tampa Bay. They're not beating Seattle, and they're not beating Tampa Bay again.
They
So
played
I
Tampa
don't.
All right, Zach.
I
I
don't
want to
think they
hear
make
your
it.
take on Bryce Young's performance. Go ahead.
I can't really talk on it. I didn't watch it.
That came out of left field.
Because
He's
he's been a
so
big
little.
Bryce hater. So I just
No,
want to
I
hear
was
your
I wasn't I wasn't really a big Bryce hater. I was just saying he's too small. He can't really see through the middle of the field.
I saw
But
him before they came out. And
I didn't watch the game, so I can't really comment on it. Besides the obvious Matt Stafford turned the ball over, like it's a surprising win. Carolina beat the Rams when the Rams been really like running the ball at will, and like Matt Stafford just doing Matt Stafford stuff.
any given Sunday.
But hey, anything can happen. And I feel like he was due to have Matt Stafford was due to have a bad game. So
Listen, Bryce Young right now, he's thrown for over 2,300 yards, 18 touchdowns, 9 picks. His QBR is 46. Okay, not the greatest. Okay, granted, I'll give you that. His QBR. Wait, hold on 1 second. I'm sorry. Yes, that's his regular season stats. He's not having a bad year. He's actually progressing this year, and again, he is 7-6. So I think I'm gonna give him a break, because now hopefully he's found the right coach. Oh, and by the way, Zach, just to let you know, the coach of the Carolina Panthers was the quarterback coach at Seattle for Geno Smith. Then from there, he became the offensive coordinator at Tampa, and they got the job. I'm sorry, yeah, they got the job at Carolina. Just thought I'd throw that out there. So,
Seth's talking about the Giants game. He said was rigged.
dude.
He said because the kicker that kicked the ground and botched.
Oh
the field
yeah,
goal.
the kicker. Tell him we'll get there in a minute. We'll get there in a
Yeah,
minute.
yeah.
Don't worry. We'll get there in a minute. All right. So
I had to take a 2-day break from sports.
I, I'm not worried about, just to finish this game. I'm not worried about the Rams. But here's the question: the only way the Panthers get in is by winning the division. Do they win the division? Cheddar,
Mm.
do they win the division?
No.
Okay, Zach.
what was your question?
Panthers win the
Does-
division? Yes or no?
I gotta look into it. I don't know. I'm gonna go no.
Ooh, he just said nah. All right, Keith. wrap this one up. What's your answer? No,
No.
I can't go against Baker Mayfield. Same here. I just can't do it. Not yet.
Nope.
They're gonna come through. And their offense is starting to not Mike Evans, but a lot of the guys, Bucky Irving, Egbuka's coming back. He's already been back, but he's getting up to speed. So they're getting a lot healthier. All right. The following game, Vikings at Seattle. Seattle just put a defensive clinic, 4 picks, 1 pick 6, 4 sacks, shutout, ran it, undrafted, third string quarterback out of Minnesota. I get that. But this is what you're supposed to do to a team like that. Okay. And the crazy thing is that I know everybody's going to say Sam Darnold had a bad game and all, but always remember Brian Flores, their passing defense is 4th in the league. Their passing defense is 4th in the league. So at the end of the day,
What?
what happened?
I guess you're worried about you're worried about the Falcons apparently.
Who?
Who?
What?
Seth said you're
All right,
worried about the Falcons.
All right, we talked
I'm
enough
worried
about the Seahawks. They took care of business. We get it.
Yeah, and that's it. So I don't need to bore, but everybody knows. We'll leave it at that. It's real easy. But you know what? We're gonna go ahead and wrap this one with the game from yesterday, the Giants and the Patriots, bro.
Oh, man.
You know, here's the thing. When you think something can go wrong, more can go wrong. Okay. Abdul Carter, again, late. He sat down the first quarter. All right. Then yesterday, he records his first full sack of the season. Wow. And now he's at 1.5. Do you know that 11 rookies have more sacks than he does? That's the crazy part. He was the 3rd pick overall. I mean, I don't think this dude understands that you can't be late for meetings. You can't be late for practices. You're the number 3 pick overall. And then earlier at the beginning of the season, you had the nerve to ask for LT's number? Bro, you crazy. You need to stop, man, stop smoking whatever it is you're smoking, bro. Because right now you must be smoking something because you can't go to practice or a meeting. And that's crazy. That's insane. And Dart. Okay, Jackson. Oh my God. That kid is not gonna last his rookie contract, Chata Tigo. He's not. The way he's taking these hits, man. And then you see the post conference. That's how I played my whole life. Yeah, buddy, but you're in the NFL. The idea is to last in the NFL. I don't know what you think, but I'm concerned that he's playing reckless, and I'm concerned that the number 3 pick overall, Abdul Carter, is not being professional, and that's not being respectful, and he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing. So Tigo, either through your chat or Cheddar, I don't know. They're your Giants. What you think?
Abdul Carter needs to grow up. The ego needs to get knocked down. He doesn't respect the coaching staff, doesn't respect the fans, doesn't respect the Giants. Needs to grow up. It's unacceptable to be missing stuff when you're a rookie. You can't even quit when you're 2-10 right now in the league. You're a rookie. You haven't proved nothing. You're not like your Dexter Lawrence or Brian Burns, who been in the league for 7+ years. Another thing with Dart, don't take the one running away from him, but dude, you're 2-10 right now, dude. There's no need to freaking stretch for first downs. There's no need to, like, at the end of the day, you're the franchise quarterback. You need to play like the franchise quarterback, and you need to think about making your career last longer. And then again, that's another thing where I don't think he gives a rat's rat's poop about any of the coaches right now, because all the coaches don't know what they're doing anyways. You're down 20 points. You're running the ball nonstop when you're down 20 points. Good job wasting the freaking clock for the other team. I mean, like, can the Giants, oh my gosh, man. I actually, this is the first time throughout all the struggles of the Giants, this is the first time I've actually turned the freaking game off, bro. First time I've ever turned the game off. I'm so done with this shit ass team. Pardon my language.
I saw the whole game.
But I'm so done with this team, dude. I'm so done with the GM. I'm so done with the bum owner, bro, with his nepotism freaking hires. I'm so done with him being like, oh, Bill Parcells said recommended this guy, so we're going to hire this guy. Or Bill Belichick recommended this guy, so we're going to hire this guy. So done with it, bro. Get your son out of the freaking scouting department. Your son is trash. Hasn't been good ever. I can make a own show just based on how I feel about the Giants, and I don't want to bore you guys or like put you guys through what the freak I'm going through because of the depression that these freaking idiot retards, pardon my language, put me through every freaking year. It's the same shit. I back them up. I take crap from people. I back up my team because it's my team. I love my team. I wear my team. I still wear my freaking team's hoodie outside daily. I wear my team's hoodie because I love my team. I love my team more than the players on the team love the team.
Oh man,
the team is trash. I'm done with them. Done. Go Seahawks.
I'm gonna tell you how bad this organization is.
Emotional.
Yeah. That was me bashing my freaking head.
Do you know that none of the coaches is Tom Coughlin? And I think I may be right, but you can look it up later. I believe that none of the coaches after Tom Coughlin started a season, they never got to finish it. Whenever they got fired,
yeah,
they never got to finish.
Yeah, but I also want to add I'm sorry about my language. I am sorry about my language, but like, man, it's just like it's. And to have the owner come out and say we have young talent on this team. What talent? Of course Joe Shane drafted talent. We've been top 5 3 of the 4 years he's been GM. He's gonna draft talent. You can't miss. And he still misses. He still misses first round picks. Like, where is their young talent?
Who would have thought
where is the talent?
Who would have thought the Jets would have more wins than the Jets?
Yes. I feel bad for Keith. I'm talking shit about the Dolphins all freaking year. The Dolphins are 10 times better than the freaking Giants.
Look at Seth said.
Keith, I'm sorry for talking shit to you the whole year. Cause shoot, my team is buns. Like, dude, send me all the freaking TikToks. I don't give a crap. I deserve it.
But
I deserve it.
Do you think the GM missed on Neighbors and Dart?
No.
Okay, so he's
but Joe Shane didn't want Dart. He wanted Shador Sanders. Brian Dable wanted Dart.
Yeah,
you can't miss on a talent like Neighbors. That's a top 5 pick.
Right.
You can't miss on a talent like that.
So would you take Belichick if they go after him?
No, not at all. No, not at all. I want
Tomlin,
or I want someone that can at least have players listen to them and buy into what the coaches need and actually listen to the coaches. We need someone that changes a culture of losers. Loser mentality, not showing up to meetings, because apparently Abdul Carter was missing meetings all year. Brian Dable just didn't punish him for it. So, let's continue, players,
So the locker room has been lost, you're saying?
The locker room's been gone, man. The locker room's been gone for 7 years now, man. Like, it's just a bunch of losers. The whole team are losers, man. We actually have an average offensive line, and we still can't win, bro. We can't even run the ball.
Well, you did until you're.
Well, my bad. I apologize. We did when we have a complete lunatic that's only going to be in the league for 4 years, bro. I enjoy. Listen. This is the definition of a Giant. You ready? When you have something good and you actually enjoy watching the team, oh man, shit happens to where. You could do that. Yeah, sure. That's fine. That's fine. I don't care because that's how I feel every time I watch the Giants.
Fair. You should.
Every time, listen, because if this was the Seahawks and you were having this type of shit for 8, 10, 12 years, this would be that like.
You're wrong.
Like
I literally wouldn't be acting like this.
This is horrible.
No, I would.
It's bad.
I would.
Not you. You wouldn't be doing that anymore, Zach.
I'm a Mets fan. I'm a Mets fan.
Yeah,
I know how you feel.
exactly.
I don't
Yeah,
act like
I'm a-
this.
Yeah, listen.
What are you talking
Seth
about?
said, "Write up." Yo, Seth said to Chad, "Yo, write him up. Write him up."
This is ridiculous, bro.
Oh, that's funny.
It's
I'm
just
a Mets fan,
well,
bro.
it's just
I gotta-
annoying, man, because I gotta go on. I gotta go on this podcast, bro. Try to be optimistic about my team, dude, and like
just say
back
your
my
sucks,
team.
bro.
Just
I
say
deal
my
with
team's
the
more-
Mets, bro.
Suck.
Mets
Let's
suck.
end the
I
show
say it
by
all
you
the time.
saying the Giants suck.
Just say it.
Wait.
Dude,
Just say it.
hold up.
Go ahead, Keith.
Your team can suck in the beginning of the year like mine did, and then play yourself out of a good draft pick next year. So you should be thankful for your team. At least you're going to get a good draft pick.
And what are they gonna do with it?
I
Oh,
don't know.
they're
but
gonna
my
draft
team's
somebody
not
that's-
gonna get
Oh,
They're gonna draft somebody that gets hurt. That's what their picks have been.
Exactly.
They're gonna no,
Exactly.
they're
No, they're gonna
they're
draft somebody that gets hurt and doesn't go to the freaking meetings or gives up after 7 games.
Either sucks or either doesn't show up or is hurt.
Exactly.
Or
I
unless
saw.
they
I
get
saw.
Bill Belichick.
Okay, all right.
He'll probably draft somebody good.
Who did? Who?
My bad. We're gonna get Matt Nagby. You know, that's who I want. I want Matt Nagby. That's who I want as a coach for the Giants, bro. Matt Nagby. You know why? Because it can't be any worse.
I gotta get him. I gotta get in the middle of this.
Oh,
Anybody-
we got kickers kicking the freaking ground, bro. Professional kickers kicking the ground. Like,
Oh my god.
I mean, you could be a Bills fan.
listen, dude. I'd rather be a Bills fan, not win a single
Hey,
Super Bowl.
You know, I'm gonna be
Could be a
honest. It
Vikings
could be
fan.
worse. It could be.
No, it
honestly.
can't.
You could be.
No,
a,
it
could be
can't.
Vikings
You could be a
fan.
yes. You could be a Raiders fan.
Gosh,
You
man.
could be a Vikings.
Yeah, you
fan.
can. Yeah.
I could
Yeah.
just not be a football fan, bro.
Just
Like-
Wait,
with
wait. How about this? How about
Joe?
Zachary? How about this? Sorry, Tigo. Sorry to fart. You could be a Jets fan.
Listen, I'm just thankful that I have 2 other teams that I like, that I actually enjoy watching and rooting for, which is the Seahawks and the Bills. So I'm chilling, but I'm depressed.
Yo, Seb said I thought he was the coach.
Yeah, I might as well be. I'm smarter
I
than
was
him.
listening to the coach.
I'm smarter than him. I might as well be.
I'm gonna ask Zachary and Keith before I wrap this up. You guys got anything to add? That was a great take, by the way.
And again, I apologize about my language.
No, we good. I'll write you up later.
Just take it out of my paycheck.
Yeah,
I-
okay.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
feel
I'll
like
deduct the
most
5
people
cents.
expected this. Most people expected this from the Giants.
Yeah. Oh man. Well,
Unless you're Zach for like half the year. I don't know.
he'll probably better. He'll probably sneak.
I-
a bet.
I like my team, man. It just is what it is.
That's fine. How about you, Keith? You good over there?
I'm not going to kick.
Before I
somebody
wrap
when-
this up.
I'm not going to kick somebody when they're down. Love you, Cheddar.
I
All
love
right.
you guys too, man.
All right. I believe since 2012 or 2015, besides the Jets and the Browns,
Just the Giants, right?
the Giants have the least amount of wins.
Yeah.
Since then.
No, I think we have the least. I think it.
No, you don't.
I think we have
mean,
the. We
you
don't.
don't. No, it's the Jets and the Browns.
Oh,
And
okay.
then you guys. You guys are the third worst. I think since either 2012 or 2015. I
I
forget.
listen. I live it. I believe it.
Efren, put your salt away. Come on, it's enough.
Hey, it's not salt. I know.
I-
No, it's
I
not.
don't-
It's not. I knew it.
Hey man, listen, I told ya, I take no prisoners. You understand me? That's not how I am. No.
Dude,
Sorry.
that's
No.
listen. There's no salt in that wound, bro. I'm already bashing my head. Matter of fact, I'm bashing my toe on my dresser right now while we're sitting here talking. So
I think it's
All right,
time
guys.
to stop talking
With
about the
that-
Giants.
That's just perfect.
That's
With
fair.
that being said, we're gonna wrap this puppy up. I just wanted to thank everybody out there for listening and watching the show. I want to thank Tigo out there for his comments. Oh, by the way, he says Seth is funny. Seth, thank you for your comments. Thank you for the MMA fighting. Letting us know what happened. If anybody wants to comment on the show, let us know. We'll be more than happy to forward you our link to just let us know what the email is. And if you have any comments or suggestions, feel free to let us know. As I always say, thank you, God bless you, and good.
cue the music. Time to go drink some whiskey.